Welcome back to the Iced Coffee Hour. My name's Alex, and I've just been fired.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So sorry to hear it, Alex.
Yeah, man.
Technically,
it's okay, it's all right. Put yourself together, buddy.
You're moving on to bigger and better things, but I do think it's worth addressing that if people see a discrepancy in kind of what's going on, maybe they'll notice, maybe not. But I think it's going to be a good move for you.
Yeah, man.
We're both on board.
Everybody's told me, only up from here, and I'm going to miss working with both of you guys.
So for those of you guys that do not know, Alex is the assistant that Graham and I hired, what was that, 8 months ago?
8 or 9 months ago, yeah.
8 or 9 months ago.
That was March.
Yeah, this is November.
Oh.
Wait, no, this is December. Oh,
yeah.
God. Okay, yeah. So that was 9 months ago.
It was 9 months
that we
ago.
hired you.
Right.
Welcome,
Yeah.
So, yeah, Alex was the assistant, and
It was an interesting process, by the way, hiring you, because we asked that people just create a YouTube video titled, Graham Stephan interview, so we could search for it and we could see people on camera, and we got, 80 submissions.
it was a lot. It took forever to go through all
And
of them.
I heard I'm not the only one on this podcast who has interviewed for that position, because I think you guys had the runner-up here, too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Colby.
So you fire them, and then you monetize.
It was a mutually beneficial thing when we brought Colby on, yeah. But anyways, Alex joined the team. Yeah. And since then, he's been working. You've been editing clips for the Iced Coffee Hour. You've been editing the podcast. You've been instrumental in the design of this new podcast set.
Yeah.
And you also do stuff for the Stuff Family. You also do sponsorships for the Iced Coffee Hour. You do a lot of stuff. And basically, we noticed that you were spread a little bit thin between all of the stuff you were working on. And I'm sure that was stressing you out, and it was affecting your work and probably, your personal life. And we decided it would be a better idea to change the amount of work that you do and redirect your path with us, with the brand.
Yeah, so that's worth talking about. So you and Jack have been working together very closely these last 9 months, and my understanding is that the relationship has not always gone smoothly.
What?
So, right?
Where are you hearing that?
That's a joke. That's a joke.
No, what you were telling me. What's your experience like working with Jack?
Honestly?
Say it.
No, it's been good, man. I've loved working with Jack, guys. The only complaint I have about working with Jack, let's see, sometimes he doesn't know when to step in as a supervisor, superior.
What do you mean by that?
If I have a ton of work, and you've told me this in the past, you're like, Alex, if you're too drowned, like, let me know. And I try to juggle things. And so I probably should have come to you, but I also think that you should. I hope that, whoever follows next to me, you're able to step in and kind of provide more direction.
Assistance, yeah.
When somebody is spread too thin.
All right.
Other than that.
Mm-hmm.
Communication, sure. I could always work on
you could text back faster?
Yeah.
But Graham can attest to this.
Yes,
Jack is the worst at texting back.
It's really bad.
I mean, I'll text him something that benefits him, that makes him money. I'm not making any extra money. And I have to follow up with him to hear back about making you money.
It's really bad. You know what I've noticed? Jack puts his phone on Do Not Disturb
all the
day.
time.
When I call him, it goes straight to voicemail.
Yeah, it's like, hi, it's Jack.
Hey, it's Jack. I can't reach the phone right now, but if you leave me a message, I will call you back as soon as I can. Thank you. Bye.
Because you have the same voicemail as when you're like 13 years old.
Yeah, and you've told me to change that,
told you to
man.
change it.
I love my voicemail.
I think it's pretty cool.
Everyone hates it, except me, and my family loves it too.
But the problem is that I'm trying to reach you, and it's so odd, but I have 2 phone numbers. And on one phone number, Do Not Disturb applies, so it just goes straight to voicemail. When that happens, I have to call you on my other number.
Jack's just bad at texting back.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And so basically what happened was we decided it would be better for Alex to solely work for Graham, because prior to that, he was doing a lot of stuff on my end, such as like podcast production and stuff like that. But now he's actually stepping in and editing Graham's main channel videos.
Yeah.
And
So I got fired working for you guys and got hired working for Graham.
that is true.
And that is the story there.
It's been interesting. This has been your first full week working for me exclusively.
Yeah.
And what has that been like for you?
Well, it's been kind of an odd week, just because I was in the middle of a move, so I was moving. But if we go ahead and take that out, it's been different just because of the work schedule, right? So a lot of the things that Graham has me do is the main channel editing, and a lot of that is like a 1 day turnaround so that we can review it the next day. And right now it's also taking me longer, just because, we're still kind of in training. We're kind of at the final end of it, but, still, need to speed up, get used to what I'm doing there. So the biggest thing is the hours. Yep. So, I mean, I work crazy hours, and like when people hear the hours I work,
Yes. Yeah. Part of me would love to see the breakdown of your hours. Like, I would love to see for a week, if you could actually try this, track when you start something and when you end it, and we get a week's worth of data and figure out exactly where the time is being spent.
You sound like a skeptist.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, you sound like a skeptic. Do you think I'm not working?
I know you're working, but I look back to the time where I was editing 7 videos a week and doing all of that. It was 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, but I was doing 7 videos a week, and that was planning, filming, editing for both channels.
Let me ask you a question.
Thumbs, yeah.
And I could be wrong here. Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Yes.
Damn it. But I think the current breakdown of the hours working with Graham is right now I'm spending an average of probably 10 hours a video.
Makes sense.
And so we do about 3 videos a week. So that's 30 hours. Family, I'd say spending anywhere now between 5 and 8 hours, depending on the family. So we're about 38 hours. And then just doing sponsors with Jack, we spent an hour.
Sure.
About an hour. A couple things filming with you, and then just miscellaneous email, stuff like that.
Seems about right.
And just stuff that comes up. That's kind of that's kind of what it is about now.
What's been the most challenging part of editing or working with me in general?
I think you're so particular in how you like things, but I think that's a good thing, because I think that's what, you have that secret sauce on your videos. A little salt bay, yes. And so when we were going through and training, like Graham goes by, and if like a cut is 1 frame short, and for you guys that don't know how short a frame is, 24 frames make up 1 second of video. So it's 1/24th of a second. If a video is cut 1/24th of a second too long or too short, Graham notices. And it's kind of weird that it's so particular, but it's also other than that, I mean, he's particular in the cuts and what he uses and stuff like that. So but I think the more that we've worked together, the closer I get to you, because we're thinking about the same type of humor and stuff like that. And I think that at first we were editing videos. You would edit yours.
Yep.
I would edit mine. And at first I hated my videos. I mean, they were bad. But then as we got going, we would do the same type of we would put the same type of humor.
Yeah.
And
that was the best training. So for those that don't know, I had Alex edit all of my videos. I think for like 2 to 3 weeks, I would edit mine, and I would have Alex edit his own version. And then we'd sit there the next day and compare our videos side by side until they got close enough where we were making the same jokes in the same spots, because we just, it just takes some time. But I would say those 3 weeks were so helpful in doing that.
Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, you were taking kind of a leap, right? Because you were paying me less than what you pay me now for the videos. But if it didn't work out, I mean, I'm surprised Graham shelled out some cash there. Yeah. Let's say.
Well, the thing is, if it wasn't going to work out, we would know pretty quickly. Yeah. We would know within about 2 to 3 weeks if it wasn't going to work out. And so the investment was actually not that bad to test it. And if it did work out, the upside's really great. And if it didn't work out, then, it's a write-off.
Yeah. And I just want to be clear for people listening too. Graham and Jack didn't force me to go down this road. I think Graham just wanted to hire an editor. He doesn't like new people. And, although Jack, you're going to say it, aren't you? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got the short end of the stick here. Okay, so basically what happened was Graham wanted someone to do his main channel videos, okay, which is totally understandable. He shouldn't be doing those now. He shouldn't have been doing them a year ago. So he wanted to hire an editor. He said, you know what, let's hire in-house. Let's hire Alex, because Jack, you probably don't want to do it. And I said, yeah, that does not sound like a good idea. Because Alex has shared work responsibility between Graham and I. We both pay half of his salary each. Okay.
Or used to.
We used to, yeah, ending December 1st. And now Graham on the side wants to provide more work for Alex outside
It's a
of
side hustle.
I know, but the issue is, I said, Graham, there's no way that Alex is going to be able to spend more time doing the, editing your main channel videos. He just doesn't have that much time. He's going to leave something behind. Well, guess what got left behind?
There is one thing that got left behind.
I don't know what got left. What?
There's one thing I got behind on because of the work we were doing.
What was it?
That was the Clips channel.
Oh.
Yes.
It hasn't posted in 3 weeks.
Still to
Yeah.
to this day?
Yes. I'm catching up right now. So
It was a few other things also, like just generally speaking, if I was like, hey, Alex, do you want to shoot sponsors right now? You're like, oh, no, I got stuff to do. Like, I didn't get any sleep last night.
I'd be like, we can't do it till 8 p.m.
Yeah. Alex was a lot stricter with like his time, and I couldn't utilize him. Definitely not nearly to the potential that I used to, get work done with him, So yes, there was no way. And you know what I said? I said, guys, Alex won't be able to juggle these two things at once. It's just way too much work. And Graham and Alex laughed at me. They laughed at me and they're like, oh no, Alex is going to be able to do it just fine. It's not going to have an issue. Well, it did. And whose end had the issue? This guy's.
All right, Jack, you were right. You were right. To justify it, I was looking at how fast Graham was editing at the time, and he was editing within 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like that's easy. So just like a couple days, and then you get it down, and but inevitably we were wrong, and you were right.
Well,
so guys, enough about business.
Okay,
what's going on personally here?
Well, went on a date 2 nights ago with a girl.
You did not.
Mm-hmm. And then the next morning,
she's real.
Yeah, she's real.
It's like a real girl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the next morning, I texted her. I was like, hey, I had a great time last night. If you ever want to come over for a barbecue again, like maybe sometime this week. And you know what she said?
What?
Nothing.
No, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
What? Jack, you got to figure out where you're going wrong.
Dude, I don't know, man.
That's odd.
I don't know.
What happened? Hold on, let's break this down. What happened that night?
Okay, so she came over.
Yeah. This is the barbecue one, right?
Yeah, she was really quiet immediately as she came over. So my housemate Apple was also bringing a girl over, a second date with a girl. So they were a little more familiar. And this girl came over for a first date with me. She walked through the door. Already, she was very quiet. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do like a lot of the legwork here.
Was this your first time meeting her?
Yes.
That's a big ask.
You can't bring her into the frat house on the first date, man.
Not a frat house, but
okay, but you can't bring her into the frat house on a first date. She doesn't know you, and already you're setting it up at a double date is not a first date. A double date is something that you do the 3rd to 5th date. The first time should have just been you and her, so you could get to know her. She doesn't need to know how you interact with other people. Because that's not a representation of a first date to be in a group like that. So that's strike number 1. When you told me you had a date, I thought it was like, oh, you already met her, and now she's just coming over. Bad choice, but continue.
okay.
Because think about it this way, right? She was really shy, really quiet.
Yeah.
How is she supposed to share like private things with you or things about herself when she's in front of your roommate who looks like Ninja from Fortnite?
Yeah.
Well.
By the way, I love how you look, Apple. No offense.
No. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame her for being shy. Like,
it's
I
a little
would be.
No, but she wasn't. She didn't even meet them for a little bit. Like she walked through the door and we were kind of speaking, but she was quiet at first. Okay, so
I would be too.
And by the way, you said strike 1 as though there's going to be more
Yes,
strikes.
we're gonna find them, but that's your strike 1.
Okay,
we're gonna identify where it went wrong.
Okay, so I walked in and I introduced her to Apple, and I tried to introduce her to Apple's girl that he had over. Didn't remember her name. So
You didn't?
No. So
That's okay.
Okay, cool. All right. So that's not strike 2.
No.
And then basically I just gave her a tour of the house. I showed her around, and then we went and played ping pong. And
No.
You showed her the ping pong room?
yeah, I showed her the entire
was
house.
it just you and her played ping pong?
Yeah, just her and I. Yeah, so we were just like, this was like our first time really just like talking.
But did she mention that she was into ping pong?
She said she's never played before. She was terrible, man.
I mean,
yeah, and knowing you, you're very competitive.
So I immediately just
You didn't go
obliterated
easy.
her.
You didn't go like,
No, of course I went easy on her. Yeah. But anyways, we kind of like flirted and talked about like our hobbies and passions, stuff like while we were playing ping pong. And then we started cooking up burgers. And then we ate some burgers. We kind of hung out. We then went in the hot tub with Apple and his date.
Jack.
And then
And your hot tub's tiny too.
No, it was sizable. And then Apple's date went home. Apple went upstairs, and then she stayed with me for about an hour, and we kind of hung out on the couch and just chatted. And then she left and didn't get back to me over text, which is, totally peachy. Maybe she'll get back to me in like the next week or so. I think one thing I wanted to bring up was Graham finally went on his first vacation in 5 years. Like a real vacation. Like this was like a few days. He's been like on couple day vacations and stuff. Real vacation. And I actually went to Ventura, which if you guys didn't know is Meet Kevin's hometown. And I hung out with Kevin basically every single day I was in Ventura, which is probably 4 or 5 days. And we went for runs and did stuff together. And I was talking with Kevin. We were wondering how this vacation is going to change you. And I said that there are one of two outcomes. One, you realize that you enjoy taking time off and you want to try to find other ways where you'll be able to work and get ahead and kind of like optimize your work to be able to take these little vacations here and there because you enjoy the stress-free life of vacationing. Or two,
the realistic answer.
Two, exactly, would be that you had a nice time, but you were stressed and you kind of wanted to get back to work. And now since you're back at work, you feel more comfortable and you're excited to attack the next work day and you're very content.
Definitely number two. I mean, there were parts of the vacation where I just wanted to wake up early and just work. And but I like that. Like I like the feeling of if I could start, which Hawaii time I could start at like 4 o'clock in the morning, work until 11 or 12, and then I'm done. And I feel good. I feel energized. Like that's what gets me energized is working. My favorite part was definitely scuba diving. There's nothing else like it. I loved that. And we went to a few nice dinners there. So it was cool. But yeah, day 3, day 4, I was just like, I don't know. I felt like I couldn't just I don't want to say do nothing because we did stuff all day long. But I liked, in a perfect world, I would have just woken up early, worked for 6 hours, and just had the rest of the day. So I'm more of a fan of the weekend trips. Like I would love leave a Friday night, come back Sunday.
Yeah, because I mean, we really grinded to get ahead because I was helping Graham edit at the time. And I think for a few days before that, we were on it. But I remember what you told me before you left. You said, it just feels so wasteful to get ahead and then post those videos on schedule and then not be ahead anymore.
I know. Because we got a week ahead, which I had not been a week ahead in probably a year. Probably 2 years for a full week on all 3 channels. And then to get back and be like, all right, back to square one again.
You couldn't even enjoy the vacation.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but there was certainly a part of me where I was like, ooh, I could get ahead even more.
So, Graham.
Yeah.
One thing that's happened was I started up my channel and Alex is starting up his channel.
Yeah.
I want to get your take.
Whoa. First of all, I already had my channel.
Sorry. Bringing it back to life. Yeah, you're going to start posting again. I want to know your opinion on our channels. And you watched one of my videos. You reacted to it on the Graham Stephan Show. You never really said what you thought about the video as a whole.
It's a good video. It's a really good video. The skits were hilarious.
You like the skits?
I did.
Yeah, they were good.
Thank you.
Honestly, they're like that little gem. When you're watching the video, it's like that little gem that really, and I've learned to implement that in Graham's videos. And I think you did a great job of it without even realizing.
Yeah. My only complaint was that it wasn't 8 minutes.
I know.
But
I didn't want to make it 8 minutes.
But your video was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You probably, the only thing is you probably would have been able to achieve 85 to 90% of the same thing with just 20% of that effort. Like you could have just held an iPhone and walked through the house.
I didn't want 80 to 90% of the effort.
I'm just saying,
spent
you spent
so
so
much
long
time
on
on
the
that
video.
video.
I bet the video would be at 30,000 views regardless of you could have just posted a normal tour and save that time to post 3 more videos. Okay.
I am so confident that I am not going to adhere to some sort of posting schedule. Like I'm just going to post when I'm ready and when the final video is like done and it's quality, 10 out of 10 quality. No posting schedule for me.
Okay.
So Graham,
yeah,
are you afraid that Jack's channel might take off?
He wouldn't leave the podcast though.
I didn't say the podcast.
Yeah.
But some of the other stuff.
No, Jack will find a way around it. I'm not worried
What
about
do you
it.
think, Jack?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Even if my channel like takes off, depending on what I'm doing, it's like, what if my channel takes off and all of a sudden people want to see me travel somewhere? Then there's going to be an issue. But I will say most likely that's not going to happen, and I'm still going to continue living in Vegas. And I would not end the podcast. Like that's my favorite thing.
That'd be a bad decision in general, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the opposite? What about me? What if I do well?
I need to have some of the no compete contracts.
Yeah, you
know?
really do. You gotta have some sort of rake from his profits.
Well, no, I wouldn't take.
Wait, what about you?
like
I wouldn't
Team
take
10?
a rake from a prop. No, because then it just seems petty.
Yeah.
Unless like
Graham's collecting like
unless
$300
Graham's
a month
pushing-
from
I
us.
know,
Like,
yeah.
No, it's like I would say because like I'm never gonna ask Graham like, hey, share my channel. I'm never gonna be like, hey, shout me out. Like that's just not me. That's probably not you. It's like, oh, no, I'm just kidding.
subscribe to Jack Selby.
To
Subscribe.
Alex
Just look up
Nava.
Jack Selby. I'm like the first thing that comes up, guys. Subscribe.
But no, people have been wanting to know that because I was reading the comments and stuff, and people were.
My thing is, I'm always fine with it as long as it doesn't interfere with anything else. I think there is a chance the channel blows up, let's just say. But even then, you run the risk of I've seen so many channels blow up like that for a few months, and then they're dead after like 6 to 8 months, and they die. So you would have to not only blow up, but also sustain that for probably a year and a half to really solidify yourself. So it's possible, but I think at the end of the day, you wouldn't leave the podcast. Everything else, you'd find a way around it. And for you, Alex, it would be tougher because it's harder to outsource that editing. But I mean, it's just I know how much work it takes to post. Cause like I don't know, it would have to be like a full-time thing.
Yeah, I don't want it to be a full-time thing for me. I want it to be really fun. But what I did consider is if it did go well, I considered outsourcing my editing.
Yeah,
because at that point it wouldn't be as much of a priority as the main channel is. And then it's like, you know, if I can find somebody, that's fine.
First, we have to thank our sponsor, Truebill. Are you tired of paying subscriptions for services you barely use?
Are you still getting charged for that Tinder Platinum you definitely didn't sign up for? If you answered yes to any of those questions, our sponsor today, Truebill, is definitely a service that you're looking for.
Truebill is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you take back control of your finances.
From a single dashboard, you can easily cancel unwanted subscriptions, set budgets, and lower those bills.
Alex, how much do you pay in bills?
Honestly, man, way too much.
Well, Truebill can actually help you renegotiate your bills from services ranging from internet service provider all the way to credit cards. Hey, Alex, what's your credit score?
I don't know if I feel
Well,
comfortable.
with Truebill, you can monitor your credit score, and you'll have complete access to credit reports and credit history. Truebill also allows me to set budgets to see how much I earn and also how much I spend. Truebill also provides you with a spending breakdown, and it will show you which categories you need to cut down on.
So go ahead and download Truebill with the link down below in the description to take control of your finances today. Again, the link is down below in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and back to the podcast. My next video, right now I'm researching the worst hotels, and I'm gonna go spend a night with Kelsey.
I love it.
that's
And
a great
I wanted to do it
idea.
for my honeymoon.
That's a good idea.
I like it. Yeah, it's a good
So
idea.
like,
We spent our honeymoon in the worst hotel.
yes.
or the
So
worst rated
we're having the wedding. For those of you guys that don't know, Kelsey's my fiance. We're getting married soon. We're getting married in 2 days. 2 days. But we're not having the wedding till next year. And so, yeah, I thought if I had some free time.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I
would
like it
just
a lot.
Stay a Sunday, just
Document
enjoy
it. Yep.
just the whole thing, the whole
Go
process
use
in terms of finding the hotel, calling them up, booking, showing up.
I want to see if they have a honeymoon suite.
that would be funny.
Or I want to see like can I pay them extra to like get some chocolates or roses
Room
on the
service,
bed? Yeah, I want to see if they could do
That's
that.
funny.
So
I like
Yeah,
the video
I think
idea
it's
a
a
lot.
great idea.
If you
Thank
came out
you,
with a
yeah.
banger thumbnail and obviously refine
Yeah.
that title a little bit,
yeah.
That could
Good
do,
video.
That could do really well.
I agree.
Thank you guys. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
especially if it's filmed well.
Yeah. I haven't.
Casey Neistat style, where you set up the camera and then you like get away and you start talking.
Yeah.
Like you come up
Yeah.
to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and then take a black light. Like, dude, remember that one
yeah.
channel who
Yeah.
they would inspect hotel rooms and they get there with the
Yep.
black lights and they look through the bed.
Do you guys
do
think
that?
Kelsey doesn't know about this? Do you think I should like not tell her.
Don't tell her. It's better.
But if
to
it's
be
for
surprised.
content, she'd be like,
Yeah.
she'd be like, okay, but like
Surprise.
she'd also be shocked.
Just say we're going to be staying at a hotel. We got a really good deal. It's just going to be great. And then get her reaction the entire And say you're going to be filming it so you could use it as a write-off.
Yeah,
So we're going to be vlogging it. Like, I just thought this would be a great night.
And it'd be cool to like, obviously depending on how the night goes, but maybe bring some like activities that we could do. And just at the end of I want it to have a wholesome ending at the end. But I don't want it to be about our relationship. I want it to be about the hotel. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I like
cool.
it.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Really good
Yeah.
idea.
So, guys, we have a very special announcement. We actually have another guest coming on. You won't believe who it is. All right? Come on in. So, welcome, our new guest. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Hi. Thanks
Wow.
for having me.
You just appeared. Alex was just there. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even the seat reset and everything.
Macy, we're so excited to have you here. You're actually doing something very fascinating this month. Vlogmas.
Yeah, it has been
Yeah, I would imagine.
I don't know how else to word that. Yeah, so essentially I'm taking on the job of 3 people as one person. And Graham knows I just have not had any time.
She's been posting for
video
Vlogmas
a day,
basically
yeah.
means you post one video every single day for the entire month of December.
Yeah. And even like with the way I edit and the way I do my videos, I spent the whole time Alex was in here and before I left earlier, just trying to find a few videos that I liked for a fun little intro to pull tiny quotes of people talking about Bitcoin.
Oh, that's right. Guess what? This is big. Macy bought her first Bitcoin.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
For reference, because I do get asked this a lot, I only own $100 of Dogecoin and now 300 of Bitcoin. I don't put anything into cryptocurrency. I'm not willing to just let burn. So probably won't be investing a lot more into it.
Yeah.
I honestly, like, it's just something I don't 100% believe in. And I know stocks so much better than crypto. So it's not like, it feels a little bit more like a gamble to me because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. We're gonna have to.
So someone's knocking at the door. You want to let him in?
Yeah. It's Jack's girlfriend.
So we also have another guest coming on the podcast.
Yeah, there we go. We got
Welcome,
Bailey.
Bailey. Oh my god. So
She just
Macy,
wants me to rub her shoulders.
what's your qualm with cryptocurrency? All right, we got to know the drama. What happened between you and crypto?
Well, nothing's really happened. My whole issue is that it's just harder for me to research and I'm not as well versed in it. Like I've had a very keen understanding of stocks. I think especially for I don't know a lot of other girls in high school that were interested in mutual funds and ETFs and stuff like that. And so things like that I've always understood and had an easier time understanding because like companies, okay, I can understand what you're doing a little bit better. I can understand what your product is, understanding like because I've worked HR roles and different stuff and I've seen how people get paid, kind of looking, okay, you have this many employees, this is your administrative costs, makes sense and stuff. I don't have that for cryptocurrency and I don't have, I'm so uneducated. That's more my qualm. I called Bitcoin a stable coin and people had to correct me and
You
say
did?
that's not. Yes.
When did that happen?
In a vlog a few days ago. I said, I think it's what's called a stable coin. I don't know. It's just like an OG. And
Yikes.
that's
tough.
It's not
That's
good.
exactly why I'm not in crypto.
But
It's
you-
because I know I don't understand
But
it.
you could research it though.
I think many times better spent on stocks. I've made so much more off of stocks than even with how much I have in like my cryptocurrencies. If it does not do what it does with Enphase, I'm like, well, why wouldn't I just find another Enphase? Like my original Enphase investment was like $500 and I'm like up like a few 100% on that now.
Well, Ethereum's up like 1,500% though. I think it's over the last 2 years. 1,500%.
Yeah, but you're also kind of a crypto skeptic as well. Like you have extremely small portfolio allocation to it.
It's like 6%.
Yeah, that's like not that much. Like
It
when
is,
you
though.
look at other people like Andre, and even Kevin, I think has I don't know how much.
No,
Crypto.
in terms of
No, he trades
in terms
crypto
of
though.
dollar amount, Kevin has more than me, but I have almost as much as Andre.
I just don't understand it. That's my whole thing. It's like I don't understand it, so it's not smart for me to be investing in this. It's just like if you had somebody who their whole life they only invested in real estate. You try to say, "Hey, you should invest in stocks." It's just a whole other world that I have a harder time wrapping my brain around.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment that if you find something that you're good at investing in, you should just continue investing in that and kind of find your specialization, kind of like what Graham did with real estate. So yeah, I agree with that.
But you know what, Macy? You like dogs, right?
Oh my god.
Well, there is a cryptocurrency for dogs.
Oh my god, I know. To support the Dogecoin millionaire because I think he's a great person. I bought $100 of Dogecoin.
It is a challenge. Like I definitely don't think I know enough about cryptocurrencies, but I still invest a pretty significant amount of my portfolio into crypto. Like I'm probably at like 12 to 14% right now.
That's why it dropped.
And I'm going to continue buying in too.
Speaking of which, did you sell Robinhood?
I have not sold Robinhood.
Please, can you do it now?
No, I don't want to say. Well, first of all, it's not during market hours. For those that don't know,
place
we're
an
recording
order.
this at like, I don't even know what time it is, like
Just
9?
sell so it sells in the morning.
8:33.
8:33.
Yeah, but just place a sell and then it'll
Dude,
go
I'm
through in
so
the morning.
bullish on Robinhood.
Please.
That's the issue, man. We were at the gym. I don't know how long this was, like 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago.
Like that.
And I kind of looked over at Graham's phone, as you do, and I noticed he was purchasing a stock. And usually when Graham purchases a stock, I'm like, ooh, how can I lose both he and I a little bit more money today? So I looked at the stock and it was Robinhood. And then I went immediately on my phone, didn't mention anything. And Graham then did the exact same thing to me that I just did to Graham. And he peeked over at my phone and saw that I was replicating his trade.
Right.
And immediately he was like, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Because every time I buy a stock, guys, it drops.
You want to know the
Immediately.
worst part of this that you probably aren't aware of? He sees me trade that stock, then he goes and does that, and then you see him do it. So you're also
It's
doing
a
the
chain
simulated
reaction.
process.
I've noticed when Macy brings up a stock to me, I'll buy it secretly, and it does go up. Adobe was one of those stocks, and I just bought it. I honestly didn't do any research. I was like, you know what? I may as well.
That's
I didn't.
stressful.
No, because
Why
it's a small enough amount where I don't care if it drops. It's not going to drop 50%. I was like, the worst case is it drops 20%. I don't care. But they've all done well. And Givo. Oh gosh, you mentioned Givo when it was like $4, and data went heavy in Givo,
Okay.
and then it went to like 15.
In my opinion, Jiva's overvalued
I don't know.
a little bit. Like especially like when it was shooting up to 20, I was like, what is going on here? This is just shooting up because like the founder
Yes.
was listed as the head of science for Biden, and it's like,
Yes.
okay, but this has nothing to do with the
Well,
company.
it's credibility. But now Jack, on the other hand, buys it. And so
Immediately
I begged
plummets.
Jack, just don't buy it. Like the one stock, please don't buy it. He's like, I'm going to buy it. And then sure enough, it tanks the next day.
52-week low.
Yeah,
like
literally hits the 52-week low. They miss earnings. They get hacked. And they're the lowest level they've ever been.
Yeah, I bought probably like a month ago, and I'm already down like nearly 40%. It's
So
really
I'm-
bad, and
so
I bought
as-
in really heavy too.
So as
It's
an experiment, I
unfortunate.
told Jack, please just sell it, and we'll just see how it does. You could buy back in after 30 days, but take the loss now, write it off, and just do me that favor. Thing that
How much do you have
bothers me
invested in Robinhood?
is- How much did I invest? Or how much?
How much did you invest in Robinhood?
220 grand.
And what's it at now?
140, 150.
oh my god.
Yeah. So that's why I get upset, because when Jack does it, it's like, $100. Derp, derp, derp,
No, it was a significant amount of money.
$1,000
No,
bucks,
I
so,
invested. I want to say it was close to 10 grand that I invested in,
But still,
and that's
is that
like
worth me losing like
80?
7-8 times that, so you could invest your 10
Well,
grand?
I didn't think you'd lose that.
I still believe as a company, there's nothing wrong with it. But the only thing wrong is that Jack gets in and they drop.
Yeah.
It's kind of alleged that they purposely had influencers pump it up right before.
Well, it's not alleged. But they know that.
mean,
But every
yeah.
company does it. Like Tattooed Chef did a huge marketing push, right? But
it's
it's
just,
just
like,
there's nothing red flag to me.
Robinhood's it's a good app. It's the OG and all that, but it's been problematic.
I love Robinhood. It's like the best UI of any brokerage.
For options,
It's
yeah.
For
options is also nice. Like it just can get new users so easily, and you can't see TD doing stuff like that. You know, or Schwab.
right, but there's pretty good competitors out there who haven't been hacked 5 times now.
Yeah, but even for me, I don't even care. I don't even care at this point. It's like
That's most
Robinhood
people,
gets
honestly.
hacked, whatever. It's like my
Yeah,
account's
honestly, yeah.
fine, right? And I love the way it looks. It's just so pretty.
Yeah, that's
And you
most people
swipe
don't
up to
care.
trade.
But the stock price cares because you bought it.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
just want to see if you sell, how does that impact the price the next day?
It's going
Let's
up,
see.
Graham.
Let
It's
it go
going up.
Then let me make my money back.
But what about
please.
me? Okay, you're saying I just got to lock in this loss on Robinhood?
Jack, can we circle back to that you like Robinhood as an app
I
because
love
it's pretty
Robinhood.
and you swipe up?
Yeah, and it looks pretty.
I feel like you're treating it as like a dating app. Like you
Well.
swipe.
Yeah, I love swiping. It's great. Yeah, I mean, Robinhood isn't my favorite brokerage or platform, I
fine.
suppose. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
fine,
M1.
yeah.
M1's kind of cool too.
It's fine, but please sell. You
Fidelity's
told me
my
you're gonna
favorite.
sell.
Fidelity's your favorite?
Yeah. Anytime I've had to call them too, they're like, do you need to change your address today? Is there anything we can help you with? Is there anything I can do with you? I'm like, and you're on the phone with them within 5 minutes. I'm like, this is great. Like, as I'm making my morning tea, by the time it's done, like, I'm already on the phone with somebody. Their app sucks.
Yeah. I'm testing out like this super sketchy platform right now called Trade Zero. You know Trade Zero?
Oh, Trade Zero. Wait.
That's
wasn't
the one
Steven?
Steven
Yeah.
Ducks. So we had this guy Steven Ducks on the podcast. We still haven't posted it yet. We're probably going to post it sometime soon. And he's like a short-term like day trader. And basically he said, Jack, if you put $30,000 into this platform, I can guarantee you basically I can turn that to $200,000 in a few months.
How's that going?
Well, I've made one trade so far.
Oh,
Bailey
Stop
did
it,
not
babe.
like the trade.
Yeah. Well, he promised me he could basically turn 30,000 to 200,000. And I was like, obviously very wide eyed at this. I was like, yeah, you get me in on this somehow. And he said he would give me the $30,000 to start off with. And I was like, I felt too like wrong taking his money
Yeah, I don't
because I also want it to be kind of true. It's like if I do all of the trades, I put it in all of the data myself, you know, all the buys, all the sells and stuff like that. Then it will feel more real if I turn 30,000 to 200,000. So anyways, he gave us one signal. I was on Do Not Disturb, so I missed the signal.
Oh, come on.
And yeah, and my housemate Apple went in on the trade.
Yeah.
And he made, I think he made like $600 from like $2,000. So it was a really, really good trade, and he made it in 15 minutes. And then the next trade, this was I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I went in with $5,000, and I made $1,700 on the trade.
Not bad. Okay.
Extremely good. So he's 2 for 2 on the trades right now.
Sure.
Right.
Trade Zero, the brokerage, looks terrible. It looks really bad, but I'm making money so far on it. And it's pretty exciting. I did not think that the trade Steven would give me would be successful 2 out of 2 times. But once again, I don't endorse day trading at all. I'm just reporting it how it is. But
I'm noticing you guys are finding Bailey very distracting. I'm so used to doing this while filming. If I'm talking and just petting her, so that way she stays relatively still. But it's really distracting for you guys.
no, I don't think it's that distracting. In fact, I think it's kind of nice. The viewers would probably appreciate Bailey.
The viewers are going to love it.
Yeah.
So Macy, I already spoke to Graham about this, but what was your opinion on the Hawaii vacation?
Oh my gosh, I could have stayed there for like a month. I loved it.
And what was your favorite thing you did in Hawaii?
Probably the scuba. I think part of me liked the scuba because I didn't like have all the stuff like strapped onto me, but I did run into a sea urchin, or I got stabbed. Actually, if you saw my video, I got stabbed by a sea urchin, and I do have the footage of that as well because I strapped a GoPro onto myself. But yeah, I think the scuba was just awesome. I liked swimming around with things. It was a lot of fun. Saw like turtles like a foot from my head that I didn't know were there. I'd just turn over and be like, oh gosh, they don't care.
That's
too.
cool.
Yeah.
So you want a vacation again sometime soon?
Oh, I would love to.
What?
What do you think
I
about that, Graham?
I get with the point that Graham and I are in our lives that it's hard. Even I want to go back and see my family right now, but I can't. It's hard for me. It's just, kind of the trade-off is you work hard young in your life and then you can start taking those vacations later on. And that's kind of what we both talked about.
I would say if you visit your family, though, that's content because then it's like traveling. Then it's seeing your family.
Right.
You get the whole interaction with you and your family, and you get to see them at the same time. So I would encourage that.
Yeah, I think that would actually keep your vlog a little dynamic,
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that. I'm also doing that workout challenge right now. It's so hard for me to travel.
Yeah, 60 gnarly workouts, 60 days in a row, right?
Yeah, 60 days work. Well,
yeah, 60 days
actually,
of working
funny
out.
enough, so what we found out, going through it with my personal trainer and dietitian. Well, you get a personal trainer with this, but it was like someone I usually attended their workout classes. I overwork out and I don't eat enough. So this challenge has been work out less and eat more. And that's been the real challenge for me because I stopped working out so heavy. So my stomach shrunk. And so now when I'm trying to eat foods, like I eat a banana and I'm stuffed for hours and I need to be eating more. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they want you to put on muscle? Like it
Yes.
seems like, okay, then
Yes.
that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my goal is I wanted to build muscle.
Okay.
Huh. Oh,
I
interesting.
want to be chiseled by the end.
But you would think to be, well, I guess you build muscle and then you restrict carbs, so you do the cut. So then you could lose that to get shredded.
You need carbs. Like it's very
to bulk
important.
up, right?
For me, it's more just about wanting to be able to move my body a little bit less than like looks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is nice to feel like I look good, but like, ooh,
Scary.
We got to
really
zoom in
scary.
on your face right there, Jack.
That was horrifying.
no, it's just more for me about feeling that strength. There's
Yeah.
something super cool to me too about like, I lost my ability to walk.
Yeah. If you keep working out that much, you're gonna be
Yeah.
stronger than Graham.
Oh, let's not get ahead of it. We did an arm
know what?
wrestle, and I was the champion.
You know
I was
what,
the
Graham?
victor, Yeah.
I also was the victor arm wrestling Macy. It would be kind of interesting to see who would be the victor between you and I.
Oh, yeah.
What I will say is that I could beat you in like a planking challenge super
Oh,
easy.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Planks.
So, like,
yeah.
there are certain ways I'm already stronger than you, but arms, no.
Who do you
But
think
Graham,
would...
you just always maintain arm muscle mass. Like if I
okay.
stop working out, my arms just go noodle.
Yeah, mine just keep getting bigger if I don't work them out.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Who would win arm wrestling?
Who would win?
I have a... My thinking is that you would win, Jack, because your arms are longer than mine. So I think you would have more leverage on my arm.
I think Graham's gonna win. I think it's gonna be tough, but Graham just immediately flopped me over, and you and I had 2 seconds before you pushed me over.
you
So I
wanna-
think it's gonna be pretty.
Do you
Do you want to
wanna-
judge,
evenly
Mace?
matched.
You want to
Yeah.
settle this right now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
2, 1.
Oh my god. Oh, you went. Ow. It hurt my elbow, though. That's the thing.
I was closer with Jack.
Ow.
You're strong.
But you know what? But yeah, that's I had a feeling you'd win. You have a longer
I may have had a more advantageous position since I could I wouldn't have to lean so far back off the table.
I don't know. That's probably it.
Anyways, gang, thank you so much for coming on, Macy.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Graham, for making this happen with me. It's our first midweek episode ever. Yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Woohoo!
We're gonna let us know what you think of these. If you like them, we're gonna do more of them. So all you have to do, if you want to see more, comment down below, subscribe, hit the like button. Most importantly,
Wait, can you guys explain what a midweek episode would be if you guys continue?
Yeah, if we were to do a midweek episode, it'd probably be a small group. Potentially this is the family. And then also potentially a guest. If we have a guest on, we just have, because a lot of the times now it's a lot easier to book guests. And I would love to ramp up production of this, of the podcast and just continually post maybe 5 times a month, then 6 times a month, and just start adding more midweeks
So
in.
for guests, would you put people on that like maybe the channel's seen before, like Jeremy?
yeah,
or-
Yeah, we're
Would
gonna
be a
continue doing-
Yeah.
we're going to continue doing people like that for midweeks. But get
Makes sense.
big guests, like new people and stuff, ideally that would be reserved for the Sunday. But I'm really happy to start filming more podcasts, and people have been asking for it for a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think recurring guests could be more so midweek.
Yeah.
Jeremy, Kevin, Andre.
Yeah.
Midweek.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Subscribe.
Subscribe and get your free stock down below in the description.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link down below. It's the first link. No, it's not. It's going to be like the 6th link. But Savannah Smiles YT on Instagram. Savannah Smiles on YouTube. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for watching.
Use the Amazon affiliate link in her description.
Until next time.
Bye.